Who's coming out of the West?
Bro, I don't know. It is literally a toss-up, bro.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have Denver. Even though they number one seed, been there all year. I don't think they coming out the West. Memphis kind of, I'm not really sold on them. They talking too much, you know. Um, I think it's going to be between.
Welcome to the Clearing the Air podcast with D and Q.
I'm D.
And I'm Q. Yo, man. NBA, a lot of trades being done. Definitely want to jump into those as we are looking at the second half of the season. Right.
Hold on, King. Before we do all that, let's discuss this All-Star weekend that just happened real quick. Shout out to Mac McClung, VA stand up, winning the dunk contest. 3-point contest, your boy Dame Dollars, Dame Time. My man Julius Randle ain't finished last. That's all I was worried about. And then the All-Star game, I didn't watch it. I heard it was kind of whack, like a glorified layup line. Your man Tatum broke the scoring record, scored 55, but I just read some viewership was down in like the past 4 or 5 All-Star games. So they're gonna have to do something, man. I wasn't really feeling the drafting right before the game, but anyway, just had to bring that up right quick. All right, now to the trade.
Well, I'm gonna make a quick comment.
Go ahead, my brother.
And my quick comment/question is, do you think it's because of the drafting that wasn't done back in our days of coming up? You think the draft got anything to do with it? It's not East
So
versus West no more.
so yes and no. I wasn't a fan of the drafting at first, but I saw how popular it had got and it actually made the games competitive the last few years. I don't like how they waited to draft it right before game time. Before they did it like a week or two before. So people knew who was going to be on teams. Like you knew Steph was going to be on LeBron's team the past 2 years. So, people had excitement looking forward to that. But because you didn't know what the team was till like 30 minutes before, if you ain't got the All-Star game on your radar, you wasn't checking for it. So
True.
I understand the NBA trying to, steadily come up with ways to improve the game, but I don't think this was a good move and you got what you got. I would like it to go back to East versus West, but again, it had got competitive the last few years mixing it up. So,
Okay. Let's talk about these trades.
all right, let's get into it.
So, as we know, the NBA world, as we knew it, has been shaken up.
Right.
Okay. You had your boy Kyrie,
Mm-hmm.
who basically started it off.
Yo boy.
Your boy. KD right
Yo,
afterwards.
yo boy too.
Then you had the whole Lakers situation.
Uh-huh.
Russ
Pat,
leaving,
Pat Bev gone.
Bev gone.
Uh-huh.
How you say your man's name?
Who the
Rui,
talk?
Rui
Oh
Kachimori.
yeah, Rory. Yeah, Hachimura.
Hachimori, my bad.
Yeah, from
My bad.
from from Washington over there.
Yeah. So that whole situation happened. Then shortly after that, your man Kevin Love. So let's break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened with Kyrie? Where is he now?
He's in Dallas now. Pretty much uh Brooklyn didn't offer him a contract extension that he thought was sufficient or worthy. And yeah, he requested a trade before the trade deadline, and they traded him to Dallas.
Okay.
So, and we'll get into the KD thing, but apparently they refused to trade him to the Lakers, which is reportedly where he wanted to go because they
Okay.
don't rock with Kyrie like that. And
Okay.
then consequently, we'll get to KD and how that differed. But yeah, he's in
Well,
Dallas right now.
yeah. So talking Kyrie, I'm gonna ask you a question. What's Dallas doing in the West with Kyrie?
No, I just I don't I don't know if him and Luca are a good fit. Luca's very ball dominant. Kyrie, he can play off the ball, but I just don't. They gave away a couple of good defenders, and I just don't think they got enough to make noise this year. And then the bad thing is he's a free agent this summer, so I don't think he's going to resign. So I don't think they're going to have enough time to work that experiment and have them gel. So, and then the West has just gotten so much better the past few weeks. I don't see them making no noise.
Speaking of which, his former teammate, KD,
Mm-hmm.
left the Brooklyn Nets, requested a trade after Kyrie did. Now he's with the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, the same team who Dallas smoked that last game.
Smoke. Game 7 in Phoenix. Yep.
Yes. So, what are they doing in the West?
I actually like them. I like them. KD got to get healthy so we can see how he looks playing with them. But we got CP3, the point, Book at the 2, KD at the 3 or 4. They lost Miles Bridges, which is going to be tough. That glue guy can score 2. They still got Ayton in the middle. Kind of don't know what he going to get, but when he's motivated, he can play. I think they're looking for. We'll talk about it later. I think they're looking for a backup point, because CP3 is known for a good injury or two, especially in the playoffs. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about some options they're looking at. But I like Phoenix. I think once they get it together, I think they'll be one of the top teams in the West, one of the teams to beat.
Okay. So,
Health is the big thing with them, though.
which leads to my next question. If healthy, what are they doing?
I see Western Conference Finals, bro. I do. I believe they're about third or fourth, right? No, I think they down a little bit. They may be like, I don't know what's their ranking right now. Check it real quick and let me know. Um, but either way, the West is so jumbled. Even the Lakers are like 12 or 13, but they're like 4 or 5 games out of 6. So the West is just jumbled right now. So I think, like, again, they just need time playing together. Once they do that, I think they'll shoot up to one of the top teams in the West.
So the Suns are the 5th.
They 5,
And
okay?
yeah, they're number 5. Dallas is 6. So,
Okay.
but the 4th, which is the Clippers, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, and the 7th are literally like it. Honestly,
It's right.
from 4 to 10, it's
It's
literally a game or two.
That's crazy. Exactly.
Okay, it's literally a game or two. So,
Right.
I I'm always careful of these big time trades, and you got these quote unquote powerhouse teams. I wasn't trying to bait you, but at the same time, I'm tempted to say if the Suns are healthy, like you say, I don't say championship, I say Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And again, KD's not 100%, new team, so he's got to mesh with them. But like you say, also CP3, for the past few years, you have not seen him healthy. All right,
When
different
it
teams
counts. When it
when it
counts.
counts, when
Right.
it counts, when it counts. So I don't know, and I feel like the West is wide open now. That being said and done, let's hop on over to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook left the Lakers. He's with who now?
Well, he got traded to Utah. They bought him out. He signed with the Clippers. So
Got you.
yeah.
All right. So, given what we just said, they are the number 4 team, the 4th team in the West.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing?
Clippers are intriguing, man, because I feel like they're a team again that hasn't been healthy, and they do a lot of load management. But you look up, they fourth in the West. Now they're gonna look different. They done traded Reggie Jackson. Uh, they got Bones Highland from Denver, and now they got Russ. They traded a few people. I forgot who else they traded. Oh, they got Eric Gordon from Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of solidified their bench. They're gonna be very tricky. I think they're gonna be one of the teams left in the West. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely see second round and later with them. And again, it depends on where they finish at. They fourth right now, but
Right.
I can see them creeping up number three because I think Denver's number one. I believe Memphis is number two.
Right.
Who's number three right now?
Denver is number one.
Denver's
Um,
number one. Memphis is two.
Memphis is number
Right.
two. The Kings are number three.
Yeah, they going down. I mean, I hope they make the playoffs, but they're not gonna finish third.
I don't think they're gonna finish third.
Yeah,
No.
I see um, Clippers and Phoenix jumping them.
Yeah, I do.
I kind
And
of see
that,
the Kings going being in the play-in.
yeah, and honestly, again, at this point, you know, the whole after the first two teams is up, it's up in the
It's
air.
a toss-up. Yeah, yeah,
It's a toss up, which is
yeah.
kind of what the West
Yeah.
is and has been for some years. So
And shout out to the Kings though. I love De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is
yeah,
hooping. They doing
yeah,
the light the beam over there. They balling.
right, right. So uh gotta talk about the Lakers. The Lakers got rid of Russ. What did they get for
They
him?
got they got for him. They I know they got rid of Pat Bev. They got a couple pieces. I think. Oh, they got Malik Beasley, the dude Vanderbilt. Oh, D'Angelo Russell. Because I think it was a three team trade. So
Yes.
they got some pieces. They did let one of their first round picks go, which they wanted to hold on to those two, but they let one go.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, Given the Lakers situation, what are they doing? Are they doing anything? Do they come out of the 13 space? What's going on?
I do think they'll make the playoffs. They won't maybe the play in, maybe like I think they'll get to the play in. And then from there, it's a toss up.
Okay. I like that. I like that toss-up idea because I think we said it on our last episode when we talked about Braun. Shout out to Braun, leading scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him winning another chip. So unfortunate, but I just don't. Okay. Let's hop on over to the east side.
East
Okay.
side?
Yeah. So we talked about Pat Bev. Pat Bev is always going to be vocal. He's always going to have smoke for whoever it is that he could have smoke for. He has smoke for his former team, the Lakers. Okay. He said how actually he's with the Bulls. Okay. And what he said was his goal is to stop the Lakers from making the playoffs. Okay. You kind of gotta like at times he gets on my nerves, but you kind of gotta like Pat Bev because he is a competitor.
Yo, I love Pat Bev. He back home in Chicago. Let me be clear. The Bulls are doing nothing. Next.
Yeah. Right. So either way you want to say it, you know, you can talk all of that, even
And
if
your
he
man Lonzo, they shut him down for the year. He didn't even play. So he done for the year. I'm surprised they kept Zach LaVine. You kept hearing him on the trade block.
yeah,
But I don't see the Bulls doing that. They've
no,
been one of the most disappointing teams of the year. And I think that's going to continue.
yeah, I do as well. So even if he was to be successful getting the Lakers out, I think he should be more concerned about what they're able to do on that east side, which is, like you said, nothing.
Right.
So talk to us about who's on the docket, who's available, and how they could help a team moving forward?
Well, before we get there, I think it's two under the radar like signings that happen that I think might pay, pretty good dividends. One, well, both of our teams actually. I'll start with my Knicks. Shout out, got the royal blue on. We picked up Josh Hart, a little under the radar. Um, but Josh Hart is, glue guy, 3-and-D guy, can hit the three ball, play defense, get to the cup. He played at Villanova with Jalen Brunson, so he got that Villanova connection. I don't think we haven't lost a game since he's been there. It's a small sample size, been like 2 or 3 games, but he's been pretty good. I think that's going to be a sneaky pickup for us.
And I skipped.
Go ahead, your squad.
Without talking about Kevin Love.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love with the Heat. Now, did the Heat have to give up anything?
No, because Cleveland bought him out.
Gotcha.
So he cleared waivers, was able to sign with who he wanted to. And I'm surprised he signed with the Heat. He kind of been not really disappointed, but they've kind of underachieved this year. So, but I mean, you can't pass up living in South Beach and no state tax, and they always gonna kind of be in the mix. But I thought he would have went maybe to a maybe a Boston or Milwaukee or somebody that definitely like a contention. I really don't see Miami coming out the East, even with him.
And I'm starting to wonder what his impact for a team is.
Right.
That's what I'm starting to wonder.
Right.
So, okay. So let's talk about who's available. And let's go with the top 3 people, I would say, that are available and how they could help the team.
All right. So here's the list of people that are still available. And we'll go to top 3. You got Serge Ibaka, John Wall, Melo, LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMarcus Cousins, Will Barton, your boy, Avery Bradley, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, Hassan Whiteside. So of that list, you want me to pick the top 3?
Yeah, who would you say?
I'm gonna say Melo 1, not first, but I'm gonna say Melo, just because even though he is 37, I want to say he still can score, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He still can score. He could be that good scoring punch out there, but he top 10 in scoring in the history. So I'm gonna surprise you with this one. I'm gonna say Hassan Whiteside. Big man, can control the paint, block shots. I'm really surprised nobody has picked him up yet.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, I want to say John Wall so much, but the past few times I've seen him, he hasn't really been effective. I don't know if it's just the fit or what. And I kind of want to say Serge Ibaka because he can hit the 3 and play D, but I don't know. He sort of got lost in the shuffle too. I don't know if he more so concerned with fashion and his cooking show or what. So I'm gonna surprise you, bro. I'm gonna say Will Barton. I'm not sure why he got lost in Washington, but I think a lot of players get lost over there. He from the area, Maryland. So I was just surprised they really didn't give him a lot of opportunity. But when he gets opportunity, and he's still young, I was surprised how young he was still. But yeah, can play D, go to the rack, can shoot, streaky shooter. I think of that list, those would be my 3: Melo, Will Barton, and Hassan Whiteside. I love Boogie Cousins. I feel like if a team would just his reputation has ruined him, bro. Everybody think he's a malcontent. He's just gonna get technicals. I love Boogie Cousins. I really wish he could stick, bro, because I think he can play. Like it was a time when he was the best big man in the league. Now he just he talking about going over to what's her name with Dwight Howard and them. So I love Boogie Cousins. I just don't think he's gonna get that opportunity. Same thing with John Wall. I want him to succeed so much. I don't like, how he left DC and the situation with Houston. I actually thought he was going to succeed in with the Clippers, but they went a new direction. And which why we were talking about the Suns earlier. They talking about getting a backup for CP3. If they get Wall, I think that would be a good backup for CP3. Won't have to play much, but if and when CP3 gets hurt, John Wall will be right there. So I think that'd be a good pickup. So I think Melo, Barton, Whiteside, but I would like to see Wall and Boogie get another shot. LaMarcus, I think he just kind of old. Avery Bradley, I think he kind of long in the tooth. He gonna give you some defense. Wayne Ellington, no. Ariza, I think he long in the tooth too. So
yeah. I'm gonna give you Hassan Whiteside. I'm gonna give you Will Barton, and I'm gonna give you John Wall.
Okay.
I'm
over your boy Melo, and you love Melo.
Yes. I'm
okay.
gonna tell you.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna tell you why in a minute. So Hassan Whiteside for the same reason. It's playoff time. Defense needs to pick up. I honestly feel like I don't understand why he hasn't been picked up. Period. Because I feel like even if he's just getting you fouls and he's not starting, he's going to be a good backup center. I don't think he's going to be anybody's main squeeze, but still backup all day. Will Barton, again, he's that 6'6" guard who could bring the ball up. He's that guard. I actually covered Will Barton through his high school years. So, I've seen his maturity in his game. I've seen him play, see those leagues back here, back home, seen him playing those and destroyed, but he can score, he can defend. He's a good player, and then I'm going to go with John Wall. I'm going to go with John Wall because Melo, it's a questionable thing when it comes to him in terms of what are you going to get for him? And he's kind of, I feel like Lakers may have been his last go round. It took so much for somebody to pick him up. They picked him up. I think he was solid, but they didn't keep him. I feel like John Wall still has much to contribute to the game. Is he a starter? I don't believe he's your starting. I don't believe he's your starting point guard. But I think the problem with him, and look at how ironic things are. You got on the podcast, you ran your mouth about Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You got traded back to Houston only to be let go of. I feel like you got to be careful. And that's a whole nother podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
that we need to talk about.
Yes. But I feel like you need to be careful because even though you could feel like it's a players' league, at the end of the day, an organization still has to have trust that they could rock with you. And when you put your foot in your mouth like has been done, when you're on the end of your career, you could really do yourself some damage. Melo, speaking of Melo, he did that in OKC.
He's like, they expect me to come off the bench, P.
And you see how long it took for somebody to take a chance on him. Same thing, I think, with your boy. And you got to humble yourself and just allow things to come as they do.
So, you know what's crazy, bro? It's a few people on this list whose I think their reputation are hindering them from being signed. You got Wall, Melo, Boogie, yeah, and Hassan Whiteside too. Remember after he got that big contract in Miami, people thought he got lazy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like you said, man, you gotta watch what you say, because it might come back to bite you in the future. You're not always gonna be on top. So, yeah. It's a good point, bro.
Yeah. So let's clear the air.
Yep.
Even though we talked about a lot of moves on the West Coast, doesn't seem like there were a lot of the movement on the East Coast caused the East Coast to lose out, I feel.
Right.
However, let's make these predictions. Who's coming out of the East?
So let me say this, though. Even though a lot of people moved out the East, I think it made it easier for the top teams in the East. I think it's an easier path for Tatum and the Celtics. I think it's an easier path for Giannis and the Bucks. I think it's going to be them two meeting in the Eastern Conference Finals. Philly will be right there. I just don't really know what you're going to get from Harden. And then they lost Thibault. who was their
Yeah.
defensive, stopper, not stopper, but their top,
Yeah.
one of their top defensive players. So I guess they gonna ride with PJ Tucker. So I think it's gonna be the Celtics and Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I like the Celtics to get back, man. I do. I think Tatum has taken that next step. Brown, he's playing well with Brown. He needs to stop hurting Jaylen Brown. But yeah, although they got the new coach they took the interim tag off the coach, I think it hasn't been any drop off. So I see Boston coming out the East. It'll be between them and the Bucks.
I
How about
agree.
you?
I agree exactly with that sentiment, but of course I'm going with the home team. All right, Boston, going with the Celtics for everything that you said. And shout out to them for being able to weather all of that
Mm-hmm.
media stuff and still
Mm-hmm.
play ball at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. So who's coming out of the West?
Bro, I don't know. It
Mm,
is literally a toss up, bro.
mm,
Um, I don't have Denver, even though they number one seed, been there all year. I don't think they coming out the West. Memphis kind of, I'm not really sold on them. They talking too much, you know.
mm.
Um, I think it's going to be between the Clippers and Phoenix. Unfortunately, I think they're going to have to play each other before they get to the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go on the limb and say Phoenix. Phoenix coming out the West.
All right. So I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking, Clippers or the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Opposite direction. I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Okay. All right.
Go with the
So
Clippers.
hopefully one of us will be right.
Yeah,
We
I'm
come
gonna
back.
go.
We're gonna revisit that.
We're gonna revisit it. So,
Okay.
well, listen, y'all. We've cleared the air. Another episode down. Want y'all to stay tuned. Want y'all to check out that episode where we talked about feedback. We want feedback from you guys. If you don't check out the episode, we still want to hear from you. Topics you feel like you want to hear about, men, topics that you feel like you struggle with, a little tough to kind of get rolling. Hit us up, DM us. We don't have to put you out there that you said it, but if there's a topic related to men that you want to talk about, hit us up. Women. If you've got sons, if you've got uncles, if you've got a husband, significant other, topics you want to talk about, let us know.
Yep.
On another note, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Uh,
Make sure you're following us on our Spotify and Apple
mm,
Podcasts for the
mm,
audio experience as well. Check us out on Instagram,
mm,
Facebook,
mm,
TikTok,
mm.
and Twitter.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. See you on the next episode.
I'll let you boy. Peace.